see here, actually. Well, it's actually live. Oh, well, I gotta change some things. Stream info. Let's change the title. I should have done all this beforehand. Rerun, nope, 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 nope. There we go, that looks right. Alright, so, well, hello everyone. It's been a minute. I have some plans for the future for streaming, but I haven't put them into action yet. But there has been a new game that's been I've been playtesting, and it's the alpha playtest. And you know, I wanted to check the game out. It's been a lot of fun. I've been playing it since Tuesday, so Wednesday, Thursday, so like 3-4 days now. Maybe I actually started on Monday, I'm not sure. But this is the game I'm checking out. It's called Warbourne Above the Ashes. For people who might have played games like Albion before, or possibly even like Dark Orbit. I don't know if I can pull that up here. Let me pull it open in another tab. Let's do Google here. Which are like these ARPG MMOs, which are kind of like almost like top-down view. Some of them are kind of like side view. They're PvE, PvP oriented, and this one's based off of like resources, similar to a Dark Orbit. Not so much full loot PvP like a Albion. But there is some looting. The situation's changed, but I wanted to go ahead and just show you these.
Driftmaster, welcome to Warbourne, an open-world, massively multiplayer faction warfare game. Are you ready for the challenge? Let me take 1 minute to unveil the secrets of Conquer Harvester Hub and get you ready for battle. We'll use Warbourne Bastion at the Verge Zone between Sirius and Ashen factions as our example. Our goal is simple: destroy the gates and seize the Harvester's stronghold energy core. But this complex terrain features multiple gates guarded by enemies, 2 outer gates and 4 inner gates protecting your path to the central area. To conquer the Harvester Hub, you must breach the gates first. Use your drifters to destroy defense turrets and deploy Demolisher robot to assault the gates. These powerful robots can be manufactured at the siege constructor in your drift mark. So get ready. Don't forget, there are 4 Harvester Enforcer bosses out there. Take them down to weaken the Harvester core, giving you the upper hand. See the war fuel and the base? Conquer it, and you might be in for a surprise. The first war band to destroy the Harvester core within 30 minutes claims victory. Upon successful capture, all the defenses become yours. It's time to make your enemies feel despair. Warbourne Bastion is just one of 30 strongholds. Imagine 6 major factions, tens of thousands of players battling for territory and glory. Epic faction conflicts erupt, and the ultimate goal is whoever conquers the central Scorchforge city first is the true supreme ruler of this season. Are you ready to join this epic war? Come to Warbourne and embark on your journey of conquest.
So the playtest has been going on since the 15th. You know, it's about 5 days. I think I have 4 days in now at this point. And my experience with the game has been pretty good. There are some interesting things, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what they are. Actually, we'll just go ahead and do it from here. I'll show you guys a little bit about what they are and like what I like about the game, kind of what I dislike about the game. It's far from its final iteration, which makes it interesting because you never know like what they might decide to add. But from what I see out of the game so far, it's pretty fleshed out. There are probably some minor balance changes that they'll want to do and some different things like that. But so far, as for what I can tell, like they've done a good job of bringing this game in alpha at the right time. Like they needed to look at some different things, do some testing on like the queue system for different areas. I don't know if you guys have ever played Foxhole before, but it limits the queue of how many players can go into an area, so you're not just like getting overpowered. There are some advantages and disadvantages of that, where like if a team really wanted to block you out of an area, all they would really need to do is have enough players or enough guilds or clans or warbands or whatever you want to call them. In this game, they're warbands. They would have enough warbands on their side to fill an entire area and essentially lock you out of the queue, which I think in the future might be something that they want to look at. Just because I've experienced that with Foxhole before, where it's just impossible to get any support logistics into an area because they've locked the queue basically for hours on end, where you just have like all these logistics sitting right outside the map, pretty much waiting for the other team to destroy them by people queuing in or out of one side or the other. Alright, so this is my character. There's actually quite a few characters that are already available. I'll show you a bunch of them, and these are available to look online. There's right now there's 4 different types of them in the game. You have your strength, and there are different types of strength, right? Like you have, this is considered. Why did they tell you? Oh yeah, they do right here. This text should be in a different color. Single target damage, area damage. Then you have like tank controllers that are strength, and you have tank controller, tank area damage, and there are different benefits to each one of these, of course. But I just kind of wanted to. I just wanted to kind of go over the differences between them because there aren't many. Because you get ranged in strength, you get ranged in agility, ranged in intelligence, ranged in well, so far there's only just this one logistics character, and I haven't really used it yet. And they have another interesting side to that, which I'll talk about here in just a second, but I kind of want to just show you guys around a little bit and tell you what I think is interesting. I'm going to do this real quick because it refreshes, so it'll start collecting more. Alright, so basically the world is pretty big. Right now, during the playtest, it seems as though there's only 2 factions unlocked, and I'll show you those here in a second. So there are two factions unlocked at the moment. So there's Ashen, and I forget what this other one's called, to be honest. But as you can see, different warbands are able to capture these essentially resource nodes that go along, and in the areas between most of these resource nodes, like in these verge areas, and in between these verge areas, you tend to see like a lot of PvP battles, especially in Breach Roots for some reason, just because this is like the area right before. So like a lot of the low players are in this area because it's tier 7, and everyone else is probably right around tier 8 because tier 8 is, I believe, the maximum tier at the moment. So a lot of people are hanging out in these tier 8 zones, and since a lot of these Ashen players want to go fight these other players, they're in this area. But essentially they're going to have more factions releasing that are going to be all around the outside, and the objective is really to build towards the center. We don't have anyone yet really building towards the center. You kind of have this team built a good leeway to the center, but our team has been just simply trying to fight. But anyways, that's what the map looks like. So at the very beginning of the game, hold on, I'm going to kill this thing right here because it's going to start. And there's a lot of, I leveled up that quick. There's a lot of similar elements to other games that you can see with this, as in like this is the top-down ARPG. You've got a zoom, you have lean back, you can widen your view quite a bit more. You have your typical skill bar down here on the bottom, but there are a couple other things that really make this game interesting, for instance, in these areas right now, I don't know how fleshed out the resource gathering stuff is, but there are these resource nodes here, which oftentimes have tree, wood, and resin, and what else we got here? You can't really see them on the map, but there are some other things too. Like occasionally there'll be like a dinosaur that's roaming around that you can get like protein from. And then you have these, which are scrap posts, and these things right now have timers. I don't know how short or long those timers will be in the future, but these essentially have timers on them, and when they're popped, they become available, and your team can fight them, and you get scrap. And you need scrap for different things. Essentially, you need scrap for your equipment. So, like any kind of equipment training, you'll see up here in the corner. Maybe you can see it, maybe not. I don't know. But this is basically where your scrap goes, and you use scrap to unlock any of these weapons. And there's some different things that you need when you get further down the tech tree, where you'll need these unlock materials, such as these intelligent weapon blueprints. And once you have these blueprints, then you can unlock these higher tier weapons. And I have up to purple here. I haven't really been doing that great of a job actually trying to get them, to be honest. I was kind of playing with a lot of the characters. I have quite a few drifters unlocked. All of these ones here are the ones I have unlocked. So, you know, I have a spellcaster mage here who can create teleports. I have the healing mage here. This was the first one I ever played with. This is like power ranged. And then I have a couple of these agility characters here, which are a little bit different. And then currently I'm using this agility character here, which has a... Normally they come with 2 passives, so I have a life flash and I have this phantom. Phantom actually will make me go invisible. But right now, I'll stick to the map stuff. Okay, so these are mined resources here. During the game, you'll need these mined resources, these energy, to unlock different portions of things. Mainly what I mean is for your drift mark. So this building on the outside of the map right here is considered my drift mark. This is kind of like your home base, and it has lots of things available on the inside. And this is basically like your personal central hub. So like even though my warbands, which is probably not a good idea to place it so close in the beginning, because there's not really any necessity for the lasers and stuff you get to add to these, because your buildings will eventually get weapons themselves. But so this is my warband's drift mark. So this is like our guild's drift mark, and it has all of the same things pretty much that mine has, except for it has a few other differences. Like instead of me having a personal rift scanner in there, you'll have a warband rift scanner, which is like a group thing that you can use to do like group essentially dungeons. I don't like calling them dungeons in this game because it seems kind of repetitive to call it a dungeon, because they're considered rifts. And then you have like your typical stuff like your storage, which will be like your bank. And then in order to get like more storage area in your bank, what you would do is you would go to your research center, and there are lots of different things you can add to your drift mark, essentially. And they haven't really shown us what all you get. Obviously, they're leaving a lot of stuff out of this, but you get more drifters you get drifter upgrades, trade advanced stuff, equipment production, where you can actually like fabricate your own weapons and different things, which is kind of already available. Then you have like your weapon skills and stuff, which I don't know why they have all the way up to 10. Maybe they've unlocked 10 at this point. I don't know. They've been unlocking it piece by piece daily, but you can add different things in here too. It's not just for your drift mark, it's also for your character itself, where you get drifter strength, agility, and drifter intelligence, which will add bonuses to your individual drifters. Then you have your melee damage, basic attack crit, skill crit, range damage, crowd control resistances, various bonuses for your character. Then you have this, which is like your trade skills. So this is like gives you the ability to extract things, where you're able to harvest nearby resources to your extractor without having to be there, which is kind of nice, although the enemy team can attack those things. So like this is a big resource management game essentially, where you actually will fight to keep and gather resources and to be like the superior group or guild or team or faction. And there is actually quite a bit of infighting, which makes it interesting as well. But yeah, so there's lots of different things you can do. You get more mount HP, boost station stuff, and then this one is mainly for your Driftmark specifically, like where you're able to build like siege devices. You can make throwable explosives, construct siege weapons. This adds defensive turrets, so you can make like lasers for your Driftmark. And so that's pretty much that. Siege Constructor, this is exactly what it sounds like. You're able to make like demolition devices, like you can make like, laser beams and turrets and sabo launchers and build mechs. So there's more than just your character that's involved with this. You can have individual like and almost like NPC controlled mechs, which is fun. Then you have your drifter pod. Now this is where you can tier up your individual drifters. So like each individual drifter actually has a cost to tier up, and the tiers mean that you're able to advance to newer weapons down the line. So like if you have your base skill for your weapon, let's do it this way. So if you have your equipment training and all your base weapons, so these are essentially the base weapons for any of those skills, these weapons will be able to now scale to tier 8. And you'll be able to buy those in the trade market at tier 8. And that's the same for all weapons and all drifters. So like if you get your drifter up to tier 8, then you buy weapons that you have unlocked up to tier 8. You can buy other weapons, but they do not work as well. They have a like almost like a debuff for things that you're not tiered high enough to use. The support station, so this is an interesting thing that this game has that not a lot of other games have. That I've seen so far anyways. You can unlock these like drifter support slots. Now the one terrible thing about this is like once you put a drifter in the support slot, you can't use that as a secondary drifter. Like if you're out fighting and your drifter dies, you can use your secondary drifter. So for instance, like I have her as the secondary drifter and this as my first drifter. So I have this archer, and then I have this rogue with weapons. And you can interchange these. They kind of have like almost like a spawn time in between, but you're able to use both of them. Like if one dies, then the other one can be used. So these support things have very interesting side note to them. The supports are very valuable. Like you can see this support mole adds 40.65 carry weight, which allows me to extract more materials, and this gives me a basic attack bonus of plus 2.96. So almost a 3% bonus in attack just from having this drifter in the spot. And you can change and interchange these drifters as well. Like if I was to click on this, I can choose a different drifter and it tells me the bonuses at the bottom, which is very nice. And I don't have to do any guesswork or put them in there first in order to see what the bonus is. And that's pretty much the support station. The fabricator, I haven't really used the fabricator that much, but essentially what happens is once you gather these materials here, you can fabricate whatever this is, and it'll tell you exactly what it does. And there are lots of different things you can fabricate. I really haven't worked on that side of it too much. But these are all usable. Like for instance, the one that I was just looking at, the juvenile beast generator. So this generates a beast, and essentially I'll show you guys in the warband. I'll bring this back up in a second when I go over to the warband Driftmark, and I'll show you guys that you can hatch this egg, and this egg becomes a beast that will fight for you in battle. And so it just adds another angle for people to use. So in the very beginning, you probably won't have those things at the beginning of the season, but by the end of the season, you'll have all these siege equipment and all these beasts and different things you can use to help you conquer resources if you're in a smaller group against a larger group. So Supply Depot, sorry, I'm a little sick today, so I will probably sniffle quite a bit. And I haven't streamed in forever, so this kind of like a return to fame, and I'll probably make another video sometime about like what my plans are for streaming in the future and how that might work, because my schedule keeps changing all the time, and it probably will continue to change, but I want to at least save a little bit of time because there's a lot of interesting things that I think people aren't touching on in the video game space. A lot of things have kind of gone the political route, and I kind of want to just bring you back into games a little bit when I can. So This supply depot brings up like a list of different things you can make, and there's all of these different things that have different bonuses. Like I use a lot of paratoxin because it allows me to put basically poison on my weapons. You have potions that allow you to, of course, use potions. You have free movement and control resistances, and essentially these are added to your skill bar down here at the bottom. I don't know if they're going to extend this in the future. I almost assume that they will, but maybe they won't. But for now, they only have one slot available for this, and I don't know if there's something they're going to eventually unlock in the future that gives us more. But there are a lot of these kind of like assist tools that are really cool to help you out, including like stuff to find people who are stealth, disable enemy drift marks, field repairs, crisis defense module, like in case something happens to your actual drift mark itself, and it'll actually help you out. Repair station's pretty self-explanatory. You have items, they get damaged, you need to repair them. I was talking about before, it's not a full loot system, so like occasionally when you die, you will lose some sort of equipment, and it's not, you don't get to pick, and it's kind of just random. All the other equipment that's not taken will be damaged, so oftentimes if you die, you might want to look at your stuff and make sure that you haven't lost your equipment. I wish there was some kind of like symbol or something that popped up on your screen. I'm not sure if there is or isn't yet, but I haven't seen one to let you know that your gear has been broken or taken after you die, so that way you like have a little chest piece up here in the corner or at the top letting you know, kind of like in World of Warcraft, where you know now that your stuff is broken or gone and you need to go buy a new one. The rift scanner, there are lots of these like crystals that are around the map. It says down here, and you could search for these rifts, and essentially these rifts are like solo dungeons, and you have the ability to make them accessible to other players and make them kind of like, I won't say PvP, but they are PvP. Someone can invade your dungeon and try to attack you and take your dungeon over, and essentially they'll be saving themselves this 18 crystals down here in the corner, which you can't see because of my camera, but there are 18 crystals down here in the corner that you have to get from killing enemies on the map. And once you search for those things, here, maybe I can actually pop this up. So let me switch over. Here we go. So there's these crystals down here in the corner, and essentially you have to pay this cost in order to search for this. When you do, it will pop up on your mini-map, so it will be like a line, a white line from your drift mark to where that actual dungeon is. You have to come outside and go over to where it is. It's kind of annoying, but you have to go to where it is, and then you have to access it, and then it will take you into a completely separate area. These things are a good way to, like, if you're bored and you really don't want to have a lot of risk, but you want high reward, if you know that you can at least fight PvP, then you can have a chance to get an extra weapon out of it. Sometimes you kill someone and you get their weapon, or you get a piece of gear that's pretty nice. And there oftentimes is like nodes in there as well, like mining nodes, or possibly like animal carcass, and you're able to get those proteins and things without having to wander around the map aimlessly looking for opportunities to either steal them from other players or find them yourself. Let's see. Let's go over to the Warbourne driftmark so I can show you guys a little bit about what's over there. Now, there's much different about the Warbourne driftmark, but I just wanted to show you guys like what this one looks like. It's almost exactly the same on the inside. And then I'll show you guys some open world stuff, and I'll maybe just play around a little bit. Warband, yay, claim my 100. So yeah, if you're a warband, it has warband supplies, and those will be like your daily pay for being in the warband. You have a warband quartermaster, which gives you the ability to buy these items here for this warband cost up here. And might as well buy this, right? Just buy them all. Just go all the way up, right? And so that has different benefits in there, and I'll kind of explain that to you too. So these ones are kind of like skill mastery books. So when you use them, the skill transfers to the actual character or your profile itself, and then you're able to spend those to level up drift. So if I, let me see here, let's go to equipment training, and let's say I wanted to train more skill in a certain weapon, like this is almost to max, so I can actually, can I not do it with this one? Oh, it's at max. Okay. So let's pick a different one that I don't have at max. Let's do this one. So this is where these points come in handy right here. And it tells you exactly how many you have at the top. So I have 6.5 million, and it's 1.9 million per level at this point. So I could upgrade that if I really wanted to. Actually, the one that I want to do really is this one because it's bandage. So this one I can only get one more level at 1 million, and now it's at max. So unless I level up my drift mark, I can't get another one. Actually, let me go see about my drift mark. No, let's do this first. Okay, resource recycler. I don't currently have any resources to recycle, but what happens is you can actually take resources to a different site, and it will bring those resources back to your base. It kind of doesn't make sense, especially if you're on this map specifically. Sorry. If you're on this map specifically, it doesn't make sense to take the resources all the way over to where you can refine the resources, and then it gives you like almost like a little pack mule or something that travels across the map, so it gives other people on the opposite team a chance to attack your resources before they get back to your drift mark. It is extremely slow. You can ride with it to protect it, which is kind of interesting, and I saw that they had like siege weapons and stuff like that, so I'm assuming that they might add some kind of weapons or something to that too. Repair station is the same. We don't really need to talk about that. Fabricator is a little bit different. Fabricator for Warband specifically makes wartime stuff. So like heavy structures, energy refinery, so you can actually refine energy close to your base. You can set this up, or you can set this up anywhere where an energy rift is at. You got deployment zones, so you can set deployment zones to a different map, and you'll be able to quick travel there without having to worry about it. So let's say, for instance, we're in this map currently at the moment, but if I wanted to set like a Warband rally flag like right here, and then that way I only have to travel from here to there, I'll be able to do that because I have a friendly deployment zone here, but I just don't have an actual rally point on that map. So it makes it a little bit better. The fast travel, you can get attacked on the fast travel as well though, so keep that in mind if you're playing the game. Like a lot of the elements, like if you can see your character on the map, so can the enemy. And so that's something to keep in mind when you're playing. The Vault's pretty self-explanatory. It's essentially the bank. I won't show you guys that. Doesn't really matter. Oh, our Warband weekly attempts challenge. Okay, so this is our Warband Rift area, and we could just walk right into this. You don't have to go like out onto the map somewhere and have your team with you to get there. I won't go in there because I'm sure our team wants to do that. So these are some of the wartime equipment you can use. You have all of these different weapons, and you're going to need these to get through some of the defenses and be able to actually attack these points on the map. So you can see that these empty points here are available to capture, but you will need siege weapons in order to get in there because they have like energy force field walls. They have big giant enemies that are like way higher level than you, and you will need a large team and plenty of different vehicles to do it. It looks like they got a ram, a cannon, a jammer. I'm not sure what this is. This is spike, it says, for countering other vehicles. Oh, so like if they had vehicles like these, it would be able to do damage. Mobile beacon, stealth vehicle for channeling railgun strikes. Whoa. So they got a lot of interesting weapons. I haven't really played around with the Warband stuff too much. I did do some gathering, so we were able to like level up our Warband, but other than that, I didn't really do anything. So I mentioned before about the eggs. Let me bring this back up actually too. Should I do? I'll do it on this side because most of the things seem to be in this lower corner over here. Okay. So those eggs. Okay, there. Like watching the delayed stream, I'm like, where the hell did I go? So those eggs turn into these beasts, and these beasts have interesting different things that they can do. This thing teleports as it flies. This is just a well-rounded beast that has a high HP, so it's kind of like a tanky unit. This one's like long-range artillery. And this beast will charge into enemy formations and just do damage, and can kind of like back up Zergs a little bit if there's, 5 or 10 of your guys that deploy these at the same time. The people will definitely move out of the way because they do a high level of damage as they rush in, and no one wants to take a high level of damage, so they'll either target these beasts, which means they won't be targeting you at the time, or these beasts will do a lot of damage and move them back, so they have to be healed and kind of reset. If you have never done a Zerg versus Zerg battle before, they're kind of interesting. There's lots of videos online. I definitely suggest checking those out. I won't be Zerging in this video, of course. I don't even think it's wartime. No, wartime's in about 5 hours, and there's no way I'm playing for 5 hours. I just wanted to make a short video on lots of the different things. This is the transport network, and it will show you with these yellow lines where all this will take you to. Now, this does not necessarily mean you will be able to return. If these areas do not have a transport flag, you will not be able to return fast travel. And basically, whenever you choose a location, it will spawn a fast travel beast. It looks like a moose with a tail, long tail, almost like a luck dragon with a moose head. Will be out here, and then you'll just hop on that luck dragon, and it will take you the direction. It is much faster than just walking yourself. So as you can see, there's mounts in this game. There are lots of different mounts. I've seen probably about 7 so far. They're all different and interesting. There's lots of different ways to get mounts. I gained enough faction points, and once I reached a certain amount of faction points, I received this mount. Oh look, I get a new... I already had that one though. So what do I do? Just disassemble it? Alright, so now to show you some of the other cool things. As you can see, there are these areas like these right here, which have enemy hordes, and they're easier to see on the map. You have these small ones, these are like encampments, and then you have these larger ones, which are kind of like mini bases, and then you have these, which are actual scrap posts, where they're supposedly the enemies are mining scrap there, and that's how you get the scrap. You can see this is someone's dungeon here, their small rift, and if this was blue, I could get inside there and fight with them. Okay, so I'm going to take you to one of the areas and kind of just show you... I kind of want to take you to a further one so I can show you one of the bigger spots. One thing too is that there's day and night cycle and weather. So right now it's nighttime, and you can see that in this bottom corner of the map. You may not be able to see it too well if you're on mobile, or you have it minimized on your screen. But there is a day-night cycle, and during the night, most enemies are asleep. There are a few that will wake up occasionally when you pass, and during the day, they're always awake. And if you get close enough, you will aggro them, and they will come and attack you. But at night, as you can see, run by another one here. At night, they'll be just sleeping, and they'll have these little bubbles coming off of them, and they'll be taking a nap. If you're too high a level, they might not even mess with you at all. But as you can see, they're pretty asleep. I can just run all around it, and he doesn't even wake up. Which is pretty good, because in these areas like I'm about to go into now, it kind of gives me a fast path to the boss, right? I don't have to fight all of these guys in order to get all the way to the boss at the end. I can kind of just walk my happy self directly into the boss that I want to fight. And even the boss is asleep. I mean, he will attack me, but even the boss is kind of asleep. Another thing about your character is there are different skills that you can use or have on your character. So here I have a bunch of them, and I'm going to actually change one because I don't really need the smoke grenade, which does AoE effect damage to a large area. I'm going to use this one, Crippling Strike, which will actually disarm the enemy. So if he's trying to attack me, I can use the disarm, and he won't be able to attack me. And then I have a couple other cool attacks down here. You get 2 that come from your gear, essentially. 1 that comes from your chest piece and 1 that comes from your boots. I don't believe your headpiece gives you anything. It gives me a passive. So it gives me one of these passives down here. So I'm just going to go ahead and attack this guy so you can see a little bit of how the combat works. Oh wow, he hit that even though I disarmed him. Gives me some items. These items go into your inventory. You don't need a bag, which is nice. Kind of think that'd be an interesting thing that they could add as a bag, but I guess your support drifters are kind of like your bag. And so these gems are used to create those rifts, and it kind of tells you exactly that. It tells you how to use it at the rift scanner. It requires a certain number of these normally. I think this one's 15. Different tiers require different numbers, and different rifts allow you to use those. And these other things that it dropped, these are essentially money. You turn these in at the trade vendor and they will give you close to this value. They never give you that value. I'm going to show you some other things that are on the map. I guess I can go to this place on the way back and I'll show you guys that. I wanted to show a video of the beginning of the game, because the beginning of the game's okay and like the progression is pretty good. Like they walk you through everything pretty well. And then you get to choose a drifter, which actually kind of is difficult. I kind of wish they let me like play with the drifters a little bit first, but I guess that's kind of what this playtest is. It's allowing people to kind of get ahead of the game, like what drifters do you like, which ones do you not like, so you're not unintentionally spending drift, you know, all of your starfall or your drift marks on them. So here's what a resource node looks like. And it just looks like every other tree, except for you can see here it says rare tree on it, and you'll find these as yellow dots on the map. And then you just click on them and you'll begin to gather. And I probably won't do a whole, well, if it goes fast enough, I'll do the whole node. And I can tell you guys about some other things, I guess, while I'm sitting here. So these resources that it's dropping, the wood and the resin, are used for different things. The wood can be used either for your warband drift mark, which is like building different things or whatever, but you need to take them all the way to the resource refinery, which is all the way over here, unless you have a resource refiner at your, you know, your drift mark. And then this resin is used for other things. Like you can use this resin to make that like paratoxin, I believe. Oh no, that's the protein. Whoa, I got a data fragment. But yeah, you're able to use these resin, maybe make health pots with them, or food. I can't remember. There's a lot of things that kind of just got thrown at you in the beginning of the game. Although I will tell you this, they did a really, really, really good job of, go back to this, where is it? So they did a really good job of like slowly progressing things into the game. Like they had this rise, they got making your mark, making a warband. Then they brought in the verges, and they brought in the offensive PvP stuff, and the hypercharge on equipment, or overcharge as some people know it, where you can like boost the ability of your equipment and possibly take damage. This equipment charging. So like they added things slowly but surely, but there's just so much information to kind of take in when it comes to this game that at the moment it seems as though it would be in a good place, but if you were to just jump into where I am in the game, you would be kind of confused about what to do and how to do it. Whereas like if you walk, it doesn't necessarily have a tutorial, but it has like a step by step, little bit by little bit, like getting a new drifter, setting up your warband, where to, like how to move your drift mark around, which I'm going to show you guys in a second. It's actually one of the other interesting parts is these buildings that you use your drift mark can actually get up and walk, and you can move it to a completely different place. So like, let's say, I wanted to get to my warband, but I also don't want my warband and my drift mark so close together. I put mine there so that way it has some lasers, but we haven't had to defend it at all. I could put my personal drift mark in a completely different map, which allows me to kind of like quick spawn to a completely different location if I really wanted to, and then I can use my transporter to fast travel me to my warband. So there's kind of like this interesting dynamic of like where you want to put things can make it either easier or difficult to travel depending on like what part of the game you're trying to get into, whether you're doing PvP or PvE. And both elements of the game are kind of in a slow start. A lot of people who play these games a lot were like, oh my god, it's like there's not enough to do yet in the game, and it's true. This is intentionally an alpha, so big parts of the game are missing. You have 4 other factions that are missing, or 6 other factions, I forget. You have 6 other factions that are missing, huge swaths of the map that it's not available. You don't have like this guild versus guild like battlegrounds thing. It's kind of like sandboxy, but not really. So like people can set up, like I could take one of my warband turrets and put it right here on the map and use that turret to attack random passersby, or I can put it in like a 4-way crossing on the map. Like I could set it up right here in the middle of the map, or I could set it right here at the door, so if players try to charge through and capture this, they wouldn't be able to capture it. And I'm assuming too, because these start off white like this, that either side, like the enemies that we're currently playing in the game, could easily come over and capture one of these. And I think that's why some of the areas like this Rustvale Verge zone doesn't have one in it, is so teams don't just make an easy path directly over to the side where like all of the lower level players are hanging out, because these maps are pretty much decided by these. Like this is a tier 4, tier 4, tier 4, so these are all tier 4 down here, and I'm assuming 3 is in this area, and you can travel through these. Obviously I didn't unlock many of these. I've kind of just been going from where I was over to this Blighted Veil zone, which is kind of like PvP area, although all areas are PvP, but this area gives you a 50% bonus. And as you can see there, other people are avoiding even going into the Verge because groups hunt in there pretty regularly. Like there are these, you can't see them because I'm not on the map, but there are these crystals in there that you're able to get these equipment boxes from, and basically if you gather enough of those crystals, you can use those to purchase, I think I got all the stuff down here, 13, no telling. But yeah, I wanted to just kind of pop in the game, show people what's up. It's still in the early stages, so it has a little bit to go before the game is going to be released. I believe the end of the playtest is on Friday, so if like you're planning on just jumping in and getting to max level, it's kind of a little bit late. But I did want to do a video because I noticed there are a lot of like Dutch players and German players and Spanish players, and the American players really don't want to make videos on it because it's just not ready yet, and there wouldn't be a whole lot of information to really give someone. I thought that this game is really fun. I've always loved these like top-down ARPG style MMOs that are really just based around kind of like have both really good PvE and really good PvP. This is more so on the PvP side because of course you're fighting over resources, so they mainly focus around the PvP. There is some PvE, but just to get you high enough level to where you can do PvP, and so that you have a way to kind of come back and farm if you lose all of your stuff, and be able to farm up enough money basically to get your PvP equipment back. It is kind of not for very beginner players, I will say. It is beginner friendly because of the beginning walks you through step by step, but I wouldn't say this is the most beginner friendly group or game because you can lose all of your gear really easily in war. Like if you go deciding that you want to go fight a lot, there is a consequence to pay for it, and most people will kind of back away from games like that because they'll get killed a lot because they don't know what they're doing. They don't have a group to go Zerg with or a group to hunt with, and so they'll kind of get lost at what to do. And so it'll become difficult, and like people will feel unaccomplished if they don't get one of these within their first week of playing. Like you can't solo farm these at all. Like there's no way to solo farm this. Doesn't matter if you're level 12 or whatever, the highest tier you can get, you will not be able to beat these larger harvester hubs without other players being involved. And mainly other players aren't going to help you unless you're in a warband together. So it does kind of turn off a lot of people who would otherwise like to play solo, and this is not solo friendly game at all. There are solo friendly elements to it. Like I said, you have solo hunting ability. You can go to any of the enemy maps, just like you see people attacking friendlies here on the map. And a lot of times what you'll see is it's just one or two people coming down here to fight people and kind of stifle the lobbies and keep people from being able to level up or just be annoying, right? Well, this is actually a battle for that. Are they not able to beat it? Should I go help them? I wonder if they'll stay there long enough for me to make it. Stay there, Lobby. I'm gonna come help. Oh, there's more trees over there too. Alright, well I just kind of wanted to give an introduction to the game. I think I'm just going to go into some gameplay stuff directly and then kind of cut and edit for YouTube later. I need to set up like some hot words so that way I know what's going on. Oh, he's fighting. Oh, we got a couple guys down here. They look like they're good to go. That is, I have my auto run on for some reason. And so when I clicked, it just stopped and I didn't continue to run. Oh, it actually gave me a lot. Crazy. Well, that was terrible. And so my durability of my gear kind of went down a little bit, but it's not a big deal. But anyways, that's what fighting a mini boss looks like. I call them mini bosses, but that's not really what they are. Mini bosses are like fire eaters. Let's see. I can go unlock a small fire eater. Maybe I'll do that real quick and show you guys what that looks like. I'll show you guys fast travel and small fire eater if I can find one. Should I steal all these trees? Upgrading your building is kind of like RTS style too. It does take time. Some things take 5 minutes, some things take 24 hours. I'm sure like upgrading my actual drift mark to tier 8 will take, you know, a day, 2, maybe even 3 days. So I might go and check on that whenever I finish farming the trees. I should just make one of these auto harvesters. I'm just gonna harvest one more just for shits and giggles. Maybe I'll stop at the resource thing on the way and show you guys what I'm talking about that as well. It's still night, so I can travel much easier for now. I'm at 81. I'll need these. So this is underneath of your drift mark. I didn't really go into this section. Well, why not? So down here, it says Subterra Transport. Basically, it's kind of like the basement of your drift mark, but it is the hub where all the players kind of either hang out, have an opportunity to see who's around, what's going on. So you have a couple options down here. I'll show you this one first. So this one, this area over here is kind of like the dummy area where you can practice different moves and techniques and see like which works better for your drifter. So like for instance, you can use these dummies and you can practice your attacks on them, and you can see like how much damage you do to someone who's that tier essentially. You can also practice the synergy of how individual drifters work. Like you can see I have skill shots on this one. Another thing, I have a silencing arrow here. So that silences. I have, I think this is this power shot. So this little heavier arrow there and it stuns. And then I have some electricity I can do here. This is my drifter skill, so it does AoE damage around me in this big circle. And then you have like your equipment abilities where I can heal, slows me down, keeps me healing. Doesn't allow me to do any attacks though until this bar is complete here, which is kind of like the channeling bar. And then I have the boot skill where I can sidestep and it gives me a damage increase. So now if I did my shot here, it would do more damage than before. And that's just a little bit of how that works. And you can see this guy down here, he's practicing his skill shots. Vinehold Merchant, I believe this is mostly for PvP marks, which I haven't really done. Extraction. So maybe you have to go in here and then you extract. I haven't done it yet, so I don't know what that is. Faction store. This is where you'll receive these faction marks and you're able to spend those faction marks on different things, depending on what you need, what you might need, what you want. Expired. Repairs cheaper. And there are different interesting things you can get from here to use. I wish I had my faction contributions all the way up. I could get more gear, some mods. Then you have your survival trials, which is kind of like a PvP. It gives you different stages you can complete, and you could try to fight against these people. Now, as you can see, you start at stage 1 and you'll be fighting 2 people. Then as you work your way up, you'll fight 3, then 4, then 5, I believe, in this one. 3. Oh, you fight 2 people at once at the end here. So you have to be careful with what you're picking there. Drifter Tavern, so this is where you'll actually purchase new drifters. You'll use these drift marks, and you'll have the ability to purchase new drifters that you can use if you decide you don't like the one you're using. And then you're able to add them to a loadout, and then you can easily just switch drifters as you please, which is kind of cool. And each drifter can have its own gear, so you have different sets. As you can see, I lost 12 points, and it tells me all of the stuff that I lost because my other drifters were tier 8. War supplies, this is obviously like different gear and equipment you can use during a war. That's probably more beneficial. Like you got your jetpacks, and you got different things to kind of like help out the wartime stuff, including scar matrices, which are actually really good. You can add modifications or bonuses to your character with these scars, so they're pretty decent. Notoriety cleanser. If you go into PvP and you PvP flag and you start to kill people, you'll get this notoriety, and with the notoriety you'll have different, like, essentially debuffs. Like, it'll slow you down after a while, it'll do different things. This is the exotic shop. This has different things. Boost experience gained from combat for 40% for those 7 days. Oh, that's actually pretty decent. I didn't even know that was there. Equipment. Blueprint. Dope. You need at least 5 to do anything. And so I just bought those blueprints, and essentially what it is they have blueprints here, and then I can say use, and then I can select the desired blueprint I want, whether I want weapon. Let's do weapon. Confirm. So I can get new weapons. I want these daggers, honestly. I don't know which one yet. And you can use this for either weapons or gear. So as you can see, there's quite a bit you can do in the game that will keep it interesting for quite some time, and then you build this stuff up so you're able to come back to the game later and continue on where you left off. And so now I can use this, and I can pick a new set of daggers, and essentially these purple ones are where I'm at, so I can choose. And this tells me the skills that I have available. So this one will give me Blade Dance, leaving a dagger behind upon arrival, deals 180% damage, drains MP from nearby, inflicting 2 stacks of bleed, can be recast within 5 seconds, return daggers location, dealing, oh, interesting, Soul Snare, creates a soul link with the target, silencing both parties. During this period, the caster gains 30% attack speed and 20% critical rate. But you can break the distance, rupture thrust, swing direction dealing damage, inflicting 2 stacks of bleed. The second stage can be cast within 5 seconds and dash towards the target's direction, dealing 300%. Whoa! 2 stacks of bleed to all enemies hit, deals 450 damage against enemies of less than 40%, so wow, a lot of damage for that one. Crimson Frenzy. Deals damage, 200% physical damage plus true damage, 10% of the target's max HP. to nearby enemies while also inflicting 2 stacks of bleed. It's hard to pick. I'm not going to pick one yet. But anyways, so that's how that works. Then you have mods. Mods are for your individual drifter. You get these different mod slots on your weapons, and you can add these mods, and then you can synthesize them, and they give you more bonuses for your weapons, such as damage or whatever. And then you have an auction house, which is pretty self-explanatory. You can put things that you find or want to buy, you can get from the auction house. Now to show you guys some different things. Don't need this. Don't need this. Don't need this. Put that in there. Use that. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the transport network. I'm going to show you guys how this thing works. Remember how I said it will take you to wherever these lines go, so I click on the one place I want to go, I hit confirm, and I go outside. And this is like their version of fast travel. Is it actually fast travel? It's faster. Then I have to press G, and then I get on this lovely luck dragon looking moose here, and I don't have to touch anything. People can attack me while I'm on this, but it has a lot of life, and so it has a version of protection. You can see I have like a bubble, but they can kill it if they would like to. So like going through dangerous PvP zones on this thing, probably not the best idea. There is a drifter that has teleportation, which allows you to teleport from one place to another, and that really helps out a lot. So this is going to take just a second. I'm going to go snag something to drink other than coffee because I'm awake now. So like I said, I don't know how fast travel really is. Takes a second. Most things in the game take a second. Especially like if you're trying to harvest a resource node and you don't have a high enough resource gathering, you will be there for a long time. And sometimes it just makes sense to just forget about it and just move on to the next thing, because you'll eventually get enough money to be able to make it to the next level. So I think we're almost there. Another thing that's interesting about the fast travel is like let's say I wanted to get off right now, I could get off if I really wanted to. Like if something's closer to me, or I see a resource, or someone's fighting. I didn't really talk about the drift mark mining. That's why you see a lot of these like drift marks close to this node here, is because they want to make it so it's really close. They mine faster when they're closer to the mining nodes. I'm actually going to get off right here. So now I can go to the resource refinery, add resources, put my wood in there, start refining. Doesn't take very long to actually refine resources, which is kind of crazy, but I think it's because they want you to be able to protect your resources as they go back. And if you don't have a warband drift mark, then you won't have this. So this is interesting. You can get on this and ride this back to your base if you want to, or you can just let it go back to your base for you. If this gets attacked on the way and it dies, you lose your resources. So that can be a downside to that. But most of the time, and you can watch it on the map, it will be the one thing that you will be able to see from far away. Like sometimes I can't see things that are in different places. Like I will not be able to see anything other than my teammates that are on the map or when the timers are. I'm surprised I can see these drift marks and these hubs here, but yeah, so I'm going to go find a fire eater. Number of players 6. It's like 20 minutes on these. I don't think. Jesus. I really want to find one of these fire eater scrap hose. I want to find one of these. I can't see anything on these maps. I don't think those even have them. I remember doing them in here though. It's like that's where I came from. Was you come from this little area here out into the world after kind of like the little tutorial area. But yeah, these are the fire eater traps. So we have one there. But you need 6 people to get it. Should I go run the resource? I'm right here. Get some warband marks. So you need 6 players in your party to activate it. This one anyways. And I don't have 6 players, so that's not going to happen. So this is where you would spawn the fire eater, and then you would press G, and then you pay the cost. Oh, jeez. They're awake now. It's daytime. So there are energy resources that you can take to these hubs. They show up on the map as these green like cyclones. So this right here is portable, and I can have to be off my mount. But I can grab this and I can take this to the hub over here. Can I use this? Yeah. If I take this to this other Warband hub, this Red Rockets Warband hub, I will get faction points for our faction. So this is just one other element, and it also gives them gives the hub energy, which in turn allows them to basically open a dungeon. There's a dungeon at the very back of it. I'll show you guys in just a second. I want to make sure we're in the right direction. But essentially there's a dungeon right here that you can use if they have enough charges and you have enough people in your party, I think. Or maybe you can just go into it by yourself. I don't know. I forget. There's quite a few things in this game I haven't done yet, which is a good sign. Because it's like, if I've been doing stuff for 5 days, you know, I've kind of tiered up. I'm able to get pretty much into fights if I want to. I've mostly been doing solo fighting, and I have had quite a few solo fights, which have been a lot of fun, actually. Especially like in the rift itself, when you get someone who like enters your rift and it tells you like, oh, enemy has entered the rift. It's kind of like a cool experience to like kind of go hunt them down, or like go hunt them down, or have them hunt you, like going into the, like shadow form, and then just like allowing them, giving them the opportunity to kind of find you and do something. So you see I got these faction medals here, and those are like faction medals like I just spent to get that gear upgrade stuff. So those come in handy and give you the opportunity to unlock like different drifters gear. Let me answer this guy's question real quick. Bots trying to get me to I really want to go do a fire eater. It's very saddening that I can't. But this is the only place to do one. I can't even see the ones on this map. Maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe I just need to go over there. I can always fast travel later. No! Leave me alone. But yeah, I've been out of work sick, so I don't know. I didn't have anything to do today other than rest, and I laid down and took like an hour and a half nap. And then when I woke up, I was like, I kind of want to check the game out, have some fun, maybe make a video for the English-speaking crowd that might want to play a game like this. It has the interesting sci-fi feel, which is, you know, strays away from the usual like dark, gritty, like, you know, 13th century like armored combat. It does have a little bit of a MOBA feel sometimes to me, especially when it comes to let me see actually if I can find something on this map. Is there no fire eaters for real? Oh, and you see I got my Warband medals. That was my my transport. Finally made it. So I guess I guess that's the only fire eater. 28. Well, that sucks. Boo 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 boo. Look, it's a level 1 tree. As you kill things, your gear gets experience. That's what that like shing sound was. Your gear itself gets experience, so you'll have, you know, all these different gears, and then they'll have their individual levels. Like you can see this one I got to 30 already. This one I got to 30 already. The next step up would be the gold tiered ones. And each section has its own set of 2 after a set of 4, which normally like one is like solo PvP and one is like faction PvP, depending on like what your preferences are. If you're doing single target or multiple target, which come in handy. You have the same thing with your individual character skills too. Like this smoke bomb is going to be more multi-target. This is going to be more single target, multi-target, single target. So it just depends on like what your playstyle is and what you like, which keeps the game fresh. Is you can always like switch what you're doing. I hear like tapping behind me. Trees. You do have a weight. and as you weigh more, it will be really hard to move. Your movement speed gets nerfed. My bit rate is jumping all over the place. Jesus. Tree. Give me the wood, I don't need the resin. There's quite a bit of room for growth too in this game too, where there's like, room for more elements for gathering, room for more like weapon styles and vehicles. So this game seems like it's in a good place to not only be fun at the start, but also have a lot of room to grow. They seem to have taken a lot of examples from really popular games, which is a huge benefit that there's already a bunch of games out that have, the ARPG style to them, that have resource gathering, PvE, PvP. So it should be a lot of fun to watch like what's going to happen with this game. I don't know if you guys have seen my desktop, but I love to play just as many different games as I possibly can. Sometimes I even buy like a $60 game and play like 20 minutes of it just for fun, just to see what it's all about. And it's crazy to me sometimes because I've also done like all of the free games. Like I've done the like Dotas and the all the different style games there are, essentially. I've done the MMORPGs, I've done the ARPGs, I've done regular RPGs, I've done shooting games, I've done multiplayer games, co-op games, milsim, fighting games, puzzle games, and I just like to like explore like what is the most bang for my buck that I'm gonna get out of a game. And for this game not having a price tag at all at the moment, and also none of the elements seem to be paid. Like even at the very beginning in this alpha stage, a lot of games are like, we'll sell you a pre-release and you can pay to win with the best equipment and whatever. It's like, no, really, in actuality, when I played this, I was like, I'm surprised that there's no pay element. There's no pay to win here. Everyone is on the same playing field. Like if you have the time to put into the game and invest in the game, then you'll get out of it what you put in, which made this, at least this playtest, very, very fun. Because people who paid $0 got to experience what I feel is about 80% of what the game has to offer. Now, I don't know if I'm right or not, but there are quite a few things in here in this season that are not done yet, right? And this is what a season would look like, essentially. And I think we probably will get the rest of this today and these tomorrow, and then that would be the entire play test, and it would not quite get all the way to the end of what a season would be. And I don't know how long the season itself would actually run. 45%, considering it's really only taken a week for people to get tier 8. Like maybe they'll extend it so it's much longer, and this is just like a basic idea of like how long will it take people to get this far, or maybe there's more things that they haven't done yet with like the drift marks and things, like I said, with the gathering, like adding more resources, adding different vehicles, like where people could drive like tanks or like big turrets or like trebuchet type things, but futuristic style, like rail guns and crazy stuff. So I'm interested to see like exactly where they go with it. But so far I've been really impressed with the game. It runs incredibly smoothly, especially in these situations where it's just like you running around by yourself, it runs. And then you have the larger like Zerg versus Zerg stuff that hasn't been terrible either. Now I've seen some lagging and some glitching, but of course like it hasn't been fully optimized yet, so that's to be expected, especially for like an alpha test game. And don't get me wrong, like this is alpha test, so there's still beta tests. There's still like pre-launch stuff. There's a lot that I feel like, though, we're getting a good look at like what the game has to offer in like a very tunnel vision scope of what's capable of the game. And so far I've been, like I said, extremely impressed with it. Most people don't even like to do alpha test videos, but I love alpha test videos. To me personally, like my favorite videos to do are the alpha test videos. Oh my gosh, is there a fire here there? Why doesn't that show on my map? It's so... Oh. 3. That makes me think, like, makes me want to go back and check the other map again. Because I swear there was a fire eater I did solo. I'm gonna go back and check the other map. Good news is the resource thing is like literally right there, so I won't have to weigh heavy and I can just do immediate transport. Mob count 1, player number 3, tier 5. What do they give you? Purple items. What? That's crazy. That's a good little lick right there for charge beasts if no one's gonna do them. Alright, let's try it again. Still no flame eater. It says 4 enemy players on the map. Oh, I wish I would run into one. That'd be great. Do a scrap host. It's not really worth it. Can't believe there's people with drift marks still over here. Oh, look, there's one that walks. This is essentially what your drift mark looks like when it walks, and you can move it to wherever you want. Maybe he ran out of energy. X1 guild. Still not seeing any fire eaters here. Let's see if anybody's online. Maybe someone will want to do fire eater. They need a way to like slash who. Maybe they do. Nope. Trying to see if there's any of the guys in my warband on. No, apparently you can't shift to the old map once you've come in. No tutorial map. They're like, you can't go back there. You don't need to go back there. crazy. What do I get? What do I get? Tier 30 weapon. I only got one rare toxic. Wow. My bitrate just crashed into oblivion. Looks like a red heart rate. And my MS is like 111. Jeez, I'm still getting 98 frames. Pay for Twitch Turbo. Get out of here. Alright, let me switch my skill. Smoke bombs. Let me go. Ooh, nope. Easy. It actually wasn't so bad. I'm still mad about this fire eater thing. I really want to do a fire eater so bad. Trying to cover all the things that's gonna. Pharmacist with the legendary bow. I just want to do this. 6. I could have done it solo that whole time. Wow. Wow, bro. I can do it again. Are you kidding me? You can do it 10 times? That's ridiculous. I wonder if I can do this other one. No. 16 minutes. Shit's too easy, bro. Damn. Oh, whoa. Give me that. That's dope. Oh, now I have to wait 11 minutes. Ah, no. Also heal all the way to full. Loot! Always good. Are you excited? Ah! Oh, wow. What made him think that was a good idea? Bro, you're not gonna beat me. You're crazy. That dude literally just thought he could fight me right then. That's crazy. In his mind, he was like, I think I can beat him. 4 hours and 12 minutes. Get real. Gonna be a lot of like setting different timers. Had to get like a Why does this guy try to come and fight me? Is that healing? It is healing. Oh, that's crazy. You know what? Farming the lobby area hasn't been so bad. Would it take 200 something K? 356K. That wasn't bad. I did a 1.15 mil in a very short amount of time. Lots of wood. Oh. 47 stat. Two out of 10. Let's go. This chat's gonna be good content too, you know. Like, some tips on how to grow machines. I could post my live and this channel when other viewers when they're not on. Give me a charge beast. Ah, crap. Can I do it again? Go. Action medals. Yay! I really just want to charge beast. I don't know why. Oh. Too messed up. What the hell? People are cracking. I really love Albion. Come here. fire eater traps. I wonder if the trees have respawned. No. Tier 5. Not a bad little haul, to be honest. What? Tier 5 legendary? Gangster. Oh boy bought. That dude that ran up on me twice, he bought legendary and then lost it. That's crazy. He was trying to fight me. Should have known that wasn't going to work out too well. I guess go back to my drip mart. Should I try? Actually, you know what? Let me look at this real quick. What is this? Defeating this boss grants a buff. You know what? Why not? Just go over there. Got nothing to lose. My hair's growing out, so I'm wearing a hat all the time now. Humoring this bot just to waste their time, to be honest. Dang, someone already destroyed it. That's what I really need. 20 of these. God. Already beat it once though. That's wag. Why not? Let's sell this stuff. I think max level is 34. Where's everybody at? What are they even doing? Nothing to do. also beat the bosses around it. 3 days. I took all this dude's stuff. That's crazy. I'll have to go sell it. I need more money. So resin. You sell the rest of that resin too. Dang boy, expensive. Because then you have to buy tier 8 gear right after tiering up to tier 8. Huh. Ouch. I don't think I have anything I could just sell for 600K. No. I'm gonna turn those in. I bought it everything. Oh my goodness, now I gotta kill mobs for money. Is there anything? 11, no. My money? No, it's just farm, farm, farm. The usual MMO fun. Push it to the limit. Forget those resource collectors, bro. They don't do anything. $15K, that's crazy. I almost want to go back over to where I was because I was able to farm those fire eaters and all that stuff. These camps are all going to be ran through. It's all the tier 7, tier 8 people just... Excuse me? We're done up. Maybe I'll try to even go in a higher tier zone, maybe. Hello, where did you go? Oh no. Oh no. Look at that. Six minutes and 35 seconds, tier 8. Should do those fire eaters because that makes more sense. Oh, thank you. What's up, Amit? Been a while since I've even streamed. Thank you for coming to check out the stream. Bitrate is atrocious. Dang, someone got all the scrap. That's crazy. Thank you to Revan and Skyloft for following. I appreciate that. Disarm didn't do anything. That's crazy. I have the wrong setup. I'm in trouble. Alright, switch this back. Really not making any money. Too many ranged attackers. Maybe I should go for the Verge. Well, fine then. You're gonna have at least 10 or something? Long way to go. Go all the way to the Verge. The Verge. Crap. It's actually not a bad little camp. But I'm not getting any money. I need money. Oh yeah, guy. I was actually making way more money in the lower. I made like almost 500K in like less than an hour. Might be worth going back. Go kill players. Well, boss didn't last very long. Oh, yeah. Someone's trying to kill 45s. Oh, they're crazy. Oh, it's much easier to travel at night. Jeez, my head feels like it's gonna explode. Requiem's hunting in the verge. Such a long way. Thing is if you can get to Blackthorn, you got tons of players you can kill. But getting over there is a bitch. I never have the right stuff to do it. no. That was a mistake. Shit. Dang. All their bases are just like in ruins. That's crazy. There's a tier 6 boss back there. They're kind of defending you with all the lasers. Yeah, can't get through that way. I'm gonna go around. Oh shit. Dismounted. Oh no. You can't just attack, you have to have a... Oh shit. Buddy died. That's not good. It almost takes longer to find someone. Like, shouldn't there be like tons of players running around? I wonder if this guy. Oh, he's kicking my ass though. Mini boss. Oh, he can keep chasing me. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I got my ass kicked. See, I'm assuming I can't go there. I've never even seen those sentries before. That's actually pretty fucking cool. Harvester Sentinel. And like, he kicked my ass pretty good. I didn't lose anything from it though. See, everybody's always fighting over here. Let me go look in here though. Where'd he go? Disappeared on me. No. Oh, it's our team. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Stupid ass. Ay, ay, ay. Got all intense there for a second and then just petered out. Thought I was gonna get a kill. Just ran from me. The boss down here. There's a boss down here. It's like there's nowhere good to hunt but right in the middle, because if they too close to the edge, they're just get away. They just run, run, run. It's almost daytime. And then I have to deal with more mobs and stuff. Ooh, maybe we can get a kill over here. There's someone farming. Ooh, the bear. I want the bear. Why does he get immunity? Is that a shadow? I don't quite understand that yet. That should hit. Gonna be here a minute. Get out of here. Did that fill up my bag though? You know, this actually might be the easiest way to trap people into PvP, is have this down here and they don't see any fighting on the map. They don't hear anything when they come up. They get too, like, cautious. And it's so easy to dismount in this game. Like, in comparison to, like, well, I guess there might be different mounts later, but as of right now, being able to two-shot someone off a mount, they're fighting literally right here by me. This is not good. Farm, farm, farm. So, big. This has probably made this trip worth it. I mean, 87k to fast travel back though, that's kind of pricey. Still 320k profit. Should I go see? Oh, he wants to play. Oh, it's a whole group. Not interested. He wants to fight, but he has electricity. I don't know. Oh no! No! He got me. That was bad. What did I lose? Did I lose everything? Just most of my shit. That sucks. Ah. I knew he was gonna get me with the electricity. I should have had disarm. Ay ay ay. Oh well. That's what happens. Can't win them all. He kept me from getting my upgrade too. $650. Oh my gosh. What an idiot. I'm so dumb. So close. If I had just left earlier, I should have known that was gonna happen. Poop. It's so weird because, like, for some reason I wasn't able to attack at all, and it felt like it was from the dismount, but I'm not sure if it was from the dismount at all. Like, I don't understand why I wasn't able to attack there. It happens. I never said I was a pro gamer, so... Just need a little bit more to be able to train for tier 8. And then I have to go back again anyways to get more money. His electricity, dude, that was good. But see, I think he knew. He, like, people had called him to tell them that I was over there, so... Like, when he came up, he's probably already had paratoxin. He probably had, like, everything ready to go. I wasn't even ready to... I was fighting mobs and stuff before, so I had, like, the smoke bomb and all that shit on. Which wasn't as, you know, as useful. He definitely was more optimized than me. Probably has tier 8 weapons too, which makes a huge difference. Matter of fact, Probably go do some rifts. Because it's easy money. How many do I have? 18. I have 39. Oh, I have enough to do a couple. Oh, I lost my head. That's crazy, bro. I do want the new weapons, I'm not gonna lie. Dang, I'm almost there and I can pick. That's crazy, bro. See, people are way ahead on a lot of this stuff than me. I'm missing a lot of stuff. 300. No, not too bad. Nice. No resource node? Kinda got robbed. Evil slave at Warbourne. That's funny. getting shit for weapons though. And no resource node? That's kind of whack. Oh my goodness. He's going for resources. Gotta make that money. Oh, damn, that was almost dismounted. Do all the things. 6K. I was really hoping there'd be some resources in that rift. The fact that there wasn't kind of screws me a little bit. Oh, gosh. Try it again. I think I have enough for one more, or this is the last one. I forget. Need big money, no whammies. Didn't do terrible, but just really wasn't. One piece of tier 6 gear is like 8K. Please be mining in here then. Let's try to speed run. Jeez. Okay, no scrap, no nothing. Crazy. Ow. Jesus. had no luck in those rifts. No way, dude. I should have just hit the E or the F. I'm just a little slow. I haven't even been playing Albion, so like... I think I played like twice. I played PvP. Did he die and I got nothing? Oh my gosh. From the blood dots. Jesus. Got screwed right there. That's crazy. Didn't get anything because I was dead. Oh, wow. Ouch. And dismount. Really? Bunch of junk. I want my tier 8 weapons, bro. Oh my gosh, 654. I'm so close. Need 20k. What can I sell that would be worth 20k? I can sell this. Sell this. I don't want to save tier 6 stuff. So that. Yeah, just sell all this shit. Don't really have much more I can get rid of. I need to be able to get my tier 8 weapons, man. Maybe tier 8 with no tier 8 weapons is crazy, bro. I don't even have a tier 8 chest piece on right now. That's what's really nuts. I have tier 6. Oh, what's expensive? Whatever. Gotta get a better chest piece. Can't even get it. That's crazy. Energizer boots. Why not? I need enough for my weapon now, which is what I'm really hunting for. Let's see if I made enough. Yeah. Crimson Fury. Crimson Fury, kind of garbage. Yikes. Alright, I think that's about enough for me. Hopefully you guys saw something you like, heard something you like. Just checking it next time. Have a good one, guys.